Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Actually, it is my pleasure to start this course with you, inshallah. It is going to be explaining the rules of the tajweed, which will help you to recite the Quran properly. Or we can say that it will help you to recite the Quran the same way the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, did. And at the beginning, because the journey with the Quran is your life journey, so you have to know that you have to put a clear intention from the beginning about why you want to learn about the Quran or why you want to recite the Quran properly. So this way you'll not be taken away by the shaitan, by the devil, because he had many ways to take away from the Quran and maybe even with any other good deeds. But subhanallah, you have from the beginning to put a clear intention for yourself in order not to be taken away from this path. So inshallah, we'll be choosing 5 hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, 5 sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, talking about the virtues of the Quran, recitation and memorization. You can choose one of it and keep it in your notes in order to keep it all the time in front of your eyes and to know clearly what you are aiming to reach, inshallah. The first hadith, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is saying that it will be said to the companion of the Quran, recite and raise in status. Recite as your last status will be at the last ayah you recited. Here the Prophet is telling us that the levels of the paradise are not the same, and the paradise is in levels. So it's not the same place, it's not the same level, but we have levels. So it depends on your memorization. This hadith is talking about the memorization of the Quran and how it is very important to know that it's not enough to enter paradise, because this is the last place you'll be staying in forever. So why are you choosing the level which is not maybe the highest? Why don't you choose the best place for yourself? Yeah, so you should know that the one who memorizes the ayah of the Quran is different from the other one who don't memorize it, because you are raising in your paradise level depending on your memorization. This is the Prophet is telling us here about the Quran memorization, that it will be said to the person who memorized the Quran, raising your status in your status of paradise depending on the ayat that he already memorized. So you can say that we want to reach the highest paradise and this is the best place in the paradise, so you need to fully memorize the Quran. The second intention we can take also from the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, he said that the reciter of one letter of the Quran is rewarded by 10 good deeds. And actually this is a treasure, because you can't easily get a reward like that. It is very easy to gain the rewards by just reciting. You are not doing a great effort. This is a clever way, you can say. And we are in bad need of good deeds, in order to equalize between the bad deeds and good deeds. And you know that the balance will be put in the day of resurrection between the good deeds and the bad deeds. So we are in bad need of that. Just one good deed may save us from hellfire to paradise, subhanAllah. So it is very important to take care about that. The good deeds, even if it is not very big, you are in bad need of it. So you shouldn't say that this is not important. Everything you are doing is very important, actually. So if you have the intention, the one letter of the Quran will be equal to 10 good deeds. Imagine. And Allah is multiplying over that. The Prophet is telling us in the hadith that Allah is multiplying over that. Not only 10 good deeds, this is the least amount we can say. Yeah, but Allah is multiplying over that depending on your sincerity and depending on about your perfection in the recitation itself, how you apply the rules of the tajweed, depending on how you understand the ayat, depending on how you apply it in your life. So these are the levels that the Quran is multiplied in the reward, depending on these subhanallah, these points. So we can say this is the second intention you can put. You want to gain many rewards by a clever way, which you are in bad need of. The third intention taken from the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, also we have that the Prophet said, recite the Quran as the Quran will intercede for you in the day of resurrection. Yeah, here he's talking about general, the recitation general. He's not talking about the memorization. He's talking about the recitation itself. Keeping on the recitation of the Quran will intercede for you in the day of resurrection. And you know that in the day of resurrection, nobody will care about you, but everybody will care about himself, even if he's very close to you. Your kids, your father, your mother, your husband, the very close people to you will leave you in this situation and just thinking about themselves. So you're in bad need of someone to defend you and talk about you and speak for you in front of Allah. Actually, this is the only thing you'll find here, which is the Quran. The Quran you used to recite in this life, in this world, will intercede for you in front of Allah. And the Prophet is telling us in the hadith that Allah will accept this interceding. And it's not only that the Quran will speak for you, but Allah will accept this. So what a great gift to have here. If you are caring about recitation of the Quran in this life, so you begin in this. So actually I have three important intentions we took now. The first one is the raising in the levels of the paradise depending on the memorization. And the second, the good deeds that you are gaining by just reciting one letter of the Quran. The third is the interceding of the Quran for you. So mashallah, you see, it is very important to know the intention. And now I think if you wrote these intentions in addition to the common ones, we have 5. I just told you 3 now, so we have 2 left. I think you'll be having a clear go about why you want to recite the Quran or why you want to learn about the Quran. Inshallah, continue for the next audio, inshallah, talking about the intentions. Assalamu alaikum.